Hello everyone, this is Aryant Institution of Business Management. I am Mayuri Weber Kulkarni. I welcome you all to our today's session on working capital management. The importance of working capital management is reflected in the fact that financial manager spends a great deal of time in managing current assets and current liabilities, arranging short-term financing, negotiation of favorable credit terms, controlling of cash movement, etc. So, working capital is considered major function of financing in any business. So now let us see and let us understand what is working capital. Working capital is also known as net working capital. It is nothing but the difference of company's current asset and current liabilities. By current assets we mean cash, accounts receivables, etc. And in current liabilities we mean account payable, short-term loans, etc. Net operating working capital is a measure of company's liquidity and refers to the difference between operating current assets and operating current liabilities. The concept of working capital can be broadly divided into two categories. First, gross working capital. This concept implies the total of all current assets of business firm. A current asset is an asset which can be converted into cash within an accounting year or an operating cycle. The current asset includes cash, bank balance, debtors, bills receivables, inventories, prepaid expenses, and short-term investments. Then next concept is net working capital. This concept of working capital is a difference between current asset and current liabilities. While current asset we have seen earlier, current liabilities can be explained as those liabilities which are expected to mature for payment within an accounting year. The net working capital can be positive or negative. If current assets exceeds current liabilities, the difference is positive net working capital. And when the current liabilities exceeds the current assets, the difference is negative working capital. Working capital can also be divided into categories like fixed working capital and fluctuating working capital. Every business requires some minimum amount of working capital in spite of level of operations throughout the year. This amount represents the fixed amount of working capital. In many business firms, the level of operations fluctuate from time to time depending upon the demand pattern. In case the demand picks up in particular season, the need for working capital is also increases. And during low demand period, the need for working capital also comes down. This aspect of working capital can be decided by the firm as well as marketing demands. So we have understood what includes current assets and current liabilities. To sum up the definition, working capital is the difference between company's current asset and its current liabilities. It is a measure of company's operational efficiency and short-term financial health of a company. Now, what are the factors that affects the working capital? First important factor is what is the nature of business you are into. In some business organization, the sales are mostly on cash basis and the operating cycle is also very short. In this concern, the working capital requirement is comparatively less. Mostly service industries comes in this category. In manufacturing concern, usually operating cycle is very long and firm has to give credit to customers for improving sales. In such cases, the working capital requirement is more. Then second important factor is production policy. Working capital requirement also fluctuates according to the production policy of management. Some products have seasonal demand But in order to eliminate the fluctuation in working capital, the manufacturer may plan the production in steady flow throughout the year. Then another important part is market conditions. Due to the competition in market, the demand for working capital fluctuates. In a competitive environment, a business firm has to give liberal credit to customers. Similarly, it will have to maintain large inventory of finished goods to service the customers promptly. In this situation, larger amount of working capital will be required. But on the other hand, when firm is in a sales market, it can manage with the smaller amount of working capital because sales can be made on cash basis and there will be no need to maintain large inventory. Then seasonal fluctuations. A firm which is producing product with the seasonal demand requires more working capital during peak seasons, while demand for working capital will go down during slack season. Then growth and expansion activities. The working capital needs of the firm increases as it grows in terms of sales or fixed assets. A growing firm may need to invest funds in fixed asset in order to sustain its growth of production and sales. This will in turn increase the investment in current assets, which will result in increase in working capital needs. Then operating efficiency. The operating efficiency of the firm relates to the optimum utilization of resources at minimum cost. The firm will be effectively contributing to its working capital if it is efficient in controlling operating cost. The working capital is better utilized and cash cycle is reduced, which decreases working capital needs. Then credit policy. The working capital requirement of a firm depends to a greater extent on a credit policy followed by the firm for its debtors. A liberal credit policy followed by the firm will result in huge funds blocked in debtors, which will enhance the need for working capital. The situation will be further exploited if the collection procedure is also slack. If a liberal credit policy is followed without inquiring into the credit worthiness of customer, there can be a problem of recovery and future push up for the working capital requirement. So these all were the factors which affect need of working capital in the organization. The basic objective of working capital management is that there should be an optimum investment in working capital. There should not be either excessive working capital or shortage of working capital. In order to decide the optimum investment in working capital, there is a need to consider different policies of working capital or different approaches to a working capital. These approaches can be broadly divided as conservative approach, moderate approach, and aggressive approach. Now first let us consider conservative approach. It is conservative because the company prefers to have more cash on hand. That is why fixed asset and a part of current assets are financed by long-term or permanent funds. As the permanent or long-term sources are more expensive, this leads to lower risk. A conservative policy implies carrying of a very high level of current asset in a relation to sale. The result of conservative current asset policy is that the risk is reduced. The surplus current asset will ensure that the firm is able to cope up with fluctuation in the sales as well as production. Besides this, the higher liquidity in this method will help in eliminating the risk of technical insolvency. However, profitability will have to be sacrificed in this method because your major funds are blocking in the current asset or cash in hand, which will result in low level of investment in long-term assets. So somewhere growth will be sacrificed. Then aggressive approach. The company wants to take high risk where short-term funds are used to very high degree to finance current and even fixed asset. If an aggressive current asset policy is followed, a firm will maintain very low level of current asset in relation to sale. An aggressive current policy implies that there is a minimum investment in current asset in relation to sales. This means that the firm is taking greater risk. This method definitely ensures higher profitability, but at the same time, it exposes the firms to greater risk of technical insolvency, as well as the lack of capacity to cope up with unanticipated changes in the market. So, risk is much higher. Then, moderate approach. A moderate current asset policy tries to balance risk and profitability by keeping moderate level of current asset in relation to the sales. So these were the different approaches of working capital which guides financial manager or a management to take a decision of how much to invest in current asset and how much risk we can take in a market, because optimum utilization of your current asset and fixed asset, combination of this will be only sufficient to give you maximization of return on investment. So now let us see what are the principles of working capital. First principle is principle of optimization. The level of working capital must be so kept that the rate of return on investment is optimized. In other words, the working capital should be maintained at optimum level. This is a point at which the increase in cost due to decline in working capital is equal to the increase in gain associated with it. According to the principle of optimization, the magnitude of the working capital should be such that each rupee invested adds to its net value. Okay. Then principle of risk variation. This principle is based on the assumption that the rate of return on investment is linked with the degree of risk in the business. Risk here refers to the inability of firm to maintain sufficient current asset to pay its obligation. If working capital is varied relatively to sales, the amount of risk that a firm assumes is also varied and opportunity for gain or loss is increased. In other words, there is a definite relationship between the degree of risk and the rate of return. Then, principle of cost of capital. Each source of working capital has different cost of capital. The degree of risk also differs from one source to another. The type of capital used to finance working capital directly affects the amount of risk that firm assumes, as well as opportunity for gain and loss and a cost of capital. A firm should raise a capital in such a manner that balances in maintaining risk and profit. Then principle of maturity of payment. This principle states that the working capital should be so raised from the different sources that firm is able to repay them on maturity out of its inflow of funds. Otherwise, the firm will fail to repay on maturity and ultimately it would find itself into liquidation, though it is earning huge profits. This implies that the firm's ability to repay its short-term debts depends not on its earnings but on the flow of cash it maintains. Okay. Then the principle of equity position. According to this principle, the amount of working capital invested in each component should be adequately justified by firm's equity position. Every rupee invested in the working capital should contribute to the net worth of firm. So these are the important working capital principles which should be considered while making investment policies for working capital management. Then working capital financing. What are the options available for financing? Working capital financing is done by the various modes such as trade credit, cash credit, bank overdraft, working capital loans, purchase of bills, discounts, bank guarantee, letter of credit, factoring, commercial papers, intercorporate deposits, etc. The arrangement of working capital financing forms a major part of the day-to-day activity of finance manager. It is a very crucial activity and requires continuous attention because working capital is a money which keeps the day-to-day business operation smooth. Without appropriate and sufficient working capital financing, a firm may get into trouble. Insufficient working capital may result in non-payment of certain dues on time. Inappropriate mode of financing would result into the loss of interest which directly hits the profit of firm. So, while considering all these options like trade credit, working capital loans, bank guarantee, bank loans, you need to compare all these options with everyone. What are the plus and minus? What are the benefits? What are the cost of all this capital? And then after proper comparison, then you need to come to the conclusion for which option you are going to adopt for financing your organization need for working capital management. So thank you so much, friends.